With a huge number of historical films coming out of China, it's difficult to choose which one to watch. So we narrowed it down to 10 amazing Chinese historical movies that will blow your mind. Before getting into the list, please do not forget to subscribe. We will bring all the movie and TV show suggestions from across the world. Number 10, The Lost Bladesman, a film based on Romance of the Three Kingdoms. This book is based on true historic events with a touch of fiction in it. I highly recommend reading that book. And coming to the plot, this film is about one of the characters from that book. Guan Yu, portrayed by Donnie Yen Yu, is a loyal general under Warlord Liu Bei. When his lord Liu Bei is defeated, Guan Yu is captured by the rival warlord Cao Tao, a man who admires his strength and honor. Cao Tao offers him riches, fame, and command, but Guan Yu's loyalty never wavers. When he learns Liu Bei's family is in danger, Guan Yu temporarily serves Cao Tao to protect them. Thereafter, this film follows the journey of General Yu, who needs to escape from the enemies, save Liu Bei's family, and reunite with his lord. Number 9, God of War. In the 15th century, coastal China was regularly attacked by Japanese pirates. The Eastern Chinese army kept losing to these pirates. Enter Qi Jiguang, a young, disciplined commander and a brilliant strategist. He is assigned to protect the coastal region. Qi realizes that the old army alone cannot defeat the pirates, so he trains a new force made up of farmers and villagers, turning them into a disciplined unit focused specifically on fighting the pirates. With Qi's brilliant strategies, they finally stand a chance and begin their fight against the invaders. What happened next? How did he battle with the pirates? Is the story all about?
时势之应，堂堂权色，岂无才有？一仗，你只能赢。
Number 8, Mulan, 2009.
我们大魏将士永不屈服，绝不退让。
Even though the film is based on the same character as the Disney film Mulan, this version has a slightly different take on Mulan's character. While the Disney film is kids-friendly and lighthearted, the Chinese Mulan is darker and more realistic, with a much stronger focus on action. The plot is about Mulan, a young girl who disguises herself as a man to take her father's place in the army. During a time of war, when one male is required from every family, Mulan takes the place of her father because he is aged. With her courage and intelligence, she earns the respect of her commander. Over years of battle, she rises in rank. As she fights alongside her commander, she eventually falls in love with him. Now she is torn between her duty and her love. This film explores themes like sacrifice, war, and loyalty, making it very different from the animated film.
新绽放，热烈地拥抱生命。
穿上了将军的战甲，
这不再属于你自己，
这就是战争。
不能再失去你。
在战。
Number 7, The Banquet. This film is heavily inspired by Shakespeare's Hamlet, reimagined in a Chinese setting. The emperor is killed by his brother Li, who then takes the throne and marries Empress Wan. Empress Wan is already in love with Prince Wu, but unfortunately, she had been married to his father, the late emperor. The new emperor sees Prince Wu as a threat and sends assassins to kill him. Wu survives and returns to the palace, just as a grand banquet is being held to celebrate the emperor's rule. Now the banquet becomes a stage filled with hidden motives and secret plans, with Emperor Li trying to secure his throne and keep Empress Wan fighting for her freedom and trying to gain power, and Prince Wu seeking justice for his father's death while struggling with his feelings toward Empress Wan. It's all represented with beautiful visuals, and the entire story builds up to this grand banquet. This film has a bit of sexuality in it, so be aware while watching. Number 6, Curse of the Golden Flower. This film is directed by Zhang Yimou, the filmmaker who brought us Hero and House of Flying Daggers. It has some of the most stunning visuals you will ever see in a historical movie, filled with an unbelievable amount of gold on screen. Almost every frame looks like a painting. The story revolves around the emperor, the empress, and their 3 sons. The mighty emperor hides a dark secret. Every day he feeds his empress a deadly medicine that's slowly killing her. She knows, and she plans revenge. With the help of her loyal son, Prince Jai, she prepares an army against her husband during the Grand Festival, a moment when the entire palace will be watching. What happened between the emperor and empress? Why did he start poisoning her? And who eventually wins? That is what the film is all about. Number 5. Shadow. The action set pieces in this film. They are unique and visually stunning. The plot is also very interesting. When a powerful lord dies, and fortune tellers warn that the lord's son is also in danger, the uncle begins searching for a boy with similar looks and age, and trains him to become the shadow of the real lord. While the kingdom is on the brink of war with a rival state, the real lord hides in the shadows and plots to reclaim a lost city. Meanwhile, the double begins to question who he truly is, a servant or a man with his own destiny. What follows is a deadly game of politics, betrayal, and hidden ambition, where every move is part of a larger illusion. When the final duel arrives, the line between master and shadow blurs, and only one will step into the light. Number 4. The Warlords, 2007. General Pang, after being betrayed by his own army, finds himself among bandits led by Heir Hu and Wu Yang. The three men take a blood oath of brotherhood, swearing to fight together and bring peace to a broken land. Under Pang's leadership, they win battles and rise to power, and begin to taste glory. But power changes people. Pang becomes ruthless, willing to sacrifice anyone, even his brothers, for victory. This leads to the three sworn brothers becoming enemies, where Heir Hu must stand against General Pang. Number 3. House of Flying Daggers. House of Flying Daggers. This movie is a historical action romance set in 9th century China. The story centers on a rebel group fighting against a corrupt government known as the House of Flying Daggers. When government officer Jin is ordered to capture the group's new leader, he suspects a blind dancer performing in a brothel to be the daughter of the former Flying Daggers leader. To gain her trust, and hoping she'll eventually lead him to the rebels, Jin helps her escape from prison. During their journey, Jin and the blind dancer Mei slowly fall in love. But both of them have hidden motives and duties, making the story more complicated and layered with twists and turns. There is one unforgettable scene where Mei performs an incredible dance using long ribbons, later fighting with the same ribbons, a breathtaking moment that alone makes the film worth watching. Number 2. Hero.
A warrior with supernatural skill and no fear.
Hero is quite popular internationally, and many regard it as one of the greatest historical movies from China. The plot follows Nameless, who approaches the king claiming that he has assassinated the king's enemies, but the king suspects Nameless's story. He believes Nameless was a pawn of his enemies and is actually trying to kill the king. And the king was right, but only partly. What was Nameless's plan? Why did he approach the king? That is what the film is all about. The film, along with its story, has great martial arts that literally stun us with how well the action set pieces are designed. Number 1. Red Cliff. Red Cliff is a 2-part film, and it also has a shorter version, but I recommend not watching the shortened version because it misses major beats of the story. The Prime Minister of China manipulates the Emperor and raises an army of 800,000 men to conquer the southern lands, which have an army of just 50,000 men. Now, it's a war between 800,000 men versus 50,000 men. How the 50,000 men defeat the 800,000 using brains, great strategy, and geographical advantage is what the story is all about. This film is simply amazing. The war spans over 2 films and goes to great lengths in showcasing the war strategies. This film is truly amazing, especially the empty boats used as decoy scene. It's my favorite. Please watch all the movies we suggested, and if you enjoyed our recommendations, come back and subscribe. Together, let's break the 1-inch barrier of subtitles. We are Non-Hollywood, your one-stop destination for movie and TV show suggestions from across the globe. See you in the next video.